All right, well, the historic Powerball jackpot is now even bigger. $1.4 billion up for grabs.
Why do I keep playing? It's nice to dream.
I have a dream like everybody else. I've been buying lottery tickets here for years.
We're sharing. We're gonna form a corporation, and we're gonna be the vice president. And you know.
Very improbable, but you can't win if you're not in.
$320. That's what the average American spends each year on lottery tickets. That money could be used on a full week of groceries for a family, 5 full tanks of gas, a pair of nice sneakers, but instead it vanishes a few bucks at a time into a game that isn't designed for you to win.
God, please let me win the lottery.
And yet, millions keep playing every week, every draw, to try to turn a wild hope into a real dream. Remember, hope isn't a strategy. In the intro, those clips were from September 2025. Millions of people hoping for a dream to come true. The chance to win the $1.4 billion Powerball jackpot. The biggest story that week wasn't politics, it wasn't sports, it was hope, possibility, that feeling that maybe, just maybe, your numbers could rewrite your life.
You feeling lucky, folks?
So since we're in the mood to dream, what could you buy if you took home the $634 million cash option? Well, you could buy a whole fleet of expensive cars. We looked into it. You can get a Ferrari, you can get a Lamborghini. In fact, you can get a whole bunch of them because they're only $300,000 each.
Only $300,000, bro, so I want an extra $300,000 if he's saying it just like that. But for a moment, it felt like the whole country was holding its breath, dreaming together, praying that they had the winning ticket. But in reality, you're not gonna win. You're just the product. The lottery thrives on this one simple concept. Fantasy minus math. The Powerball odds, 1 in 292 million. That's not just small. See, those odds are incomprehensible. I fucked up my last statistics on my last video, but you're about 1 in a million times more likely to be struck by lightning in a given year. You're roughly 1 in 11.5 million times more likely to be bitten by a shark. And your chances of becoming president of the United States, it's real, yet measurable smaller than the dream they're selling. To win this jackpot, you need to roll a single die and land on one about 8 times in a row. It's an impossible dream. You're not gonna get lucky. Am I hating? You could say that. Am I being realistic? You could also say that.
Powerball says sole winners can collect $634.4 million in a cash lump sum, or you can take annual payments spread out over 30 years.
Like in the news clip, they don't just have 1.4 billion sitting in a vault. That's a 30-year annuity. But if you want the lump sum, cash value today is $634 million. Your billion-dollar dream just got cut in half, and you haven't even won yet. But that's not all. You still need to pay taxes. So if you live in the US, federal tax is about 37%. So that's already $234.6 million gone. Since the news clip was taken from Boston, Massachusetts, their state tax is about 5%. So that's 31.7 million. What's left? 367.7 million. The government's take was 266.3 million. Highway robbery. So in this scenario, you just beat the odds. 1 in 292 million odds. You did it. You did the impossible. And the government still made almost as much as you did. They won the lottery without even buying a ticket. A financial system where even when you win, the house will sometimes win bigger. Depends on your state. And yes,
The house always wins.
some of that money really does go to good causes. In Massachusetts, big share of state lottery revenue funds schools, local infrastructure, veterans programs. That's how the lottery was first sold to the voters back in the 1970s as a way to raise public funds without raising taxes. It worked. The lottery became one of the biggest voluntary revenue streams in state history. So big, in fact, that just in the United States, the lottery industry made $113.3 billion in sales in 2024. And out of that money, $30.6 billion went to public programs. Those numbers are just from the United States. Globally, the whole industry is worth $374 billion lottery industry. Some could knock it off as a charity. Some could say it's a business. A regressive tax disguised as entertainment. That $374 billion isn't built on winners. It's built on piles and piles of lost bets. Most of them placed by the people those programs are supposed to help. But what do I know? I'm just a random online that makes videos sometimes.